Alright guys, welcome to Family Swisher Homestead. We're going to the garden and I'm going to show you guys some stuff that's been going on in the garden. We've had good things and bad things. I'm glad I did this year and worked on it, because I'll tell you what, it hasn't been easy with this garden. There's been some things that happened that we know about now that we didn't plan for. One was the wind ratio up here with our corn. Now our corn is doing really good, but it took a hit, and we'll get to that. So let's start out at the beginning of the garden, which is our, look at those. Those are our squash plants that I showed you guys how to prune back and how they grow in and how big they get. Look at how big they've gotten. Look at them, they're huge. And they're producing flowers left and right. It's producing so much. All right, hey, we got you, brother. It's producing so much that we can't even keep up with it. Now over here, we got our sweet potatoes. This is all experimental. I've been experimenting with the tomato plants. We got those. They're doing really good. So I had to experiment with one to find out how the all natural. Now these have been pruned differently and taken care of differently. We'll get into that in a later date. But we're going to come over here and we're going to look at the other tomato plants. These are the other tomato plants. Not bushy, very thin, they're just not doing good. The soil content, I've had the soil tested, it's good, the soil will work, but it's just not filling in. I mean, they're getting the height. I mean, right there, if I lifted this one up, it'd probably be about up to here. So that's about 5 foot. And I want to get them up to here. But I don't think that's going to happen this year, because I have to figure out the soil content and figure out what's going on with the garden. Now, when we came back from seeing our grandbaby, this is what it looked like. And Amy's been working every day, clearing them out around our onions. Now I'm going to topple and cut these onions down and get that done. Those are our beans that we got planted. Those are doing okay. This is our zucchini right there. So we got a nice zucchini right in there. Right there's a nice zucchini. And we got about 5 others coming in too. I can't eat zucchini quick enough, as quick as it's growing. These are sunflower seeds that we got going. Now let's talk about the corn. The corn took a major hit in a couple of storms we had. They really bent over. They weren't doing real well. And as you can see, we got some bad parts there. We're getting corn though. There's no doubt we're definitely getting some corn, but it's taken such a bad hit. So these winds up here, this time next year, we've already come up with a plan on how we're going to keep our corn. I got my pepper plants are doing good. I got a lot of peppers coming in on these plants. So we're doing good on the pepper plants. Pepper plants are fine. My rosemary right there is doing good. Sorry. Now these are my banana peppers right here. And then we got our jalapenos. We got some lettuce still coming in. We got our Russian kale, which is right there. We got a few radishes left. We ate all those radishes. We got some radishes there. We got a little bit of endive with some spinach, which is doing okay. And some oddball stuff. We got to get in here and clean all this area out. But my pepper plants are doing phenomenal. Phenomenal. I've already picked a lot of peppers off of these, probably about 9-10 peppers off of these. They're getting high. They're almost as high as the tomatoes. Imagine that. We got our corn. Now, one thing I didn't think I'd have a problem with this year that I am having a problem with is my plants. Oh, look at the bee. Bee right there. Looking for some, getting some, look at that. All right, back to squirrel. Is my cucumber plant. It's just not, it's not doing well at all. It's got a lot of buds, but I'm not getting a lot of product from it right now. And the product I am getting isn't that great. So I'm gonna have to go through and figure out what's going on. These are some more of our sunflowers are coming up really good. Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff on the homestead that we're trying to do right now with our garden. And our garden doesn't look bad, don't get me wrong. And I'm happy with what we got for our first year. I mean, we really didn't do a ton of research on the garden. And we're kind of just, you know, doing it little by little, see what happens. And so far, it hasn't been bad. It's going to produce a lot. We're going to get a lot. We still have stuff to plant. I got my okra over here that we got to get planted. I've let them go too far. I got to get them in the ground now. You can see right there. And then I got some more tomato plants. I want to late harvested tomatoes. So I got the tomato plants. And those are San Marzano tomatoes too, by the way. And that's what I use for sauce. So you guys kind of get an idea of what's going on in the garden, what's up to date. Our tote over there is completely filled to the top. I got my wonderful kick butt tiller that we're going to use probably today or tomorrow. I did buy a weed eater. It's been pretty good. It's doing its job. We hang all of our tools up there, so our tools are off the ground except for my pickaxe. But we got some cleaning up we got to do around the homestead, man. This is going to drive me. Alright, so we're going to go out here now. Now I got some acorn squash and I've got some other things that I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Let me lock this gate up real quick. Alright. So, and this has pushed away having any deer come in here. And we do have deer, let me tell you. So we've got some acorn there. We got some acorn there. Just walked through a spider web. I hate spider webs. We got some acorn squash there. Now we did have some planted here, unfortunately. I tilled it by accident. And then we got our pumpkins. Our pumpkins are right here. So, just kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on with the homestead. You know, what we're doing. We're going to put some landscaping timbers out here around the garden area, make it look nice and pretty. That's pretty much it. So on that note, there's an intro. There's your thing, telling you about the garden. Just a little, you know, input of what we're doing. Like I said, the test run that I've been doing on these 5 different types of tomatoes, it's working. So next year when we do the other ones, we're going to do them the same way. I've grown plenty of tomatoes and I've never had them not bush out like that, so that's really weird. But hey, you know, homesteading's a learning experience. This is a back to Eden garden. It's doing pretty good for a back to Eden garden. I'm not complaining. It'll be very fruitful, very, very rewarding for us, but it is what it is. So I just want to say thanks for stopping by. If you haven't been here, we moved from the concrete jungle to a homestead up in the hills, Tennessee, to try our life out of a natural and pure setup. Mother Nature and us. Gotta love it. At that point, guys, we'll see you later. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. Tell your friends about us. Get on down here. Let's get those numbers up. Would be awesome for me and Amy. Because God knows we're going to need the help. We're definitely going to need the help. But, hey, it is what it is. God's been good to us. God bless you guys. And you guys have a great day. We'll see you later.